This is the grammar review for the first term. The topics are past modals, conditionals, phrasal verbs, past simple, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Now you are going to think if the following sentences are correct or incorrect. Then we're going to discuss why they are correct or why they are incorrect. Let's check this first sentence. The dog in this photo can have been real. So, is this sentence correct or incorrect? This sentence is correct. Of course, the image was taken before. So, here is my deduction that the photo, the dog in the photo can have been real. So, is my deduction from this image of the past. So I'm totally sure that the photo can have been real. Now, they must been happy with the news. So is this sentence correct or incorrect? The evidence is the photo, so we can see that they are happy. So we are sure that they are happy and they are reading a letter. So of course, if we are sure, we can use must. But remember, this is a deduction from the past based on the evidence. And here, the deduction must be written with the auxiliary have. So this sentence is incorrect. The correct one is they must have been happy with the news. Let's check this image. These boys might have been fighting. Is this sentence correct or incorrect? What do you think? Remember, here we're going um, to talk about a possibility in the past. So the evidence here is that we have two boys, and of course they were fighting in the past. So in this case, we don't use might because might is used for possibilities, and here the evidence is different. In the evidence, we can see that they were fighting, so this is not a possibility. These boys must have been fighting. That is totally sure. The possibility is the reason. So these boys might have been fighting for money, for a girl, for a boy, for games, for food. So there are many different possibilities, but the action is totally sure. So in this case, my is not an option. Now, we're going to think which conditional is the one that shows here the image. So if you had saved your money, you could have bought a computer. So in this case, this action didn't happen in the past. And so the consequences in the present are evident. So when you talk about an action that happened or didn't happen in the past and they have consequences in the present, but in this case you say if you had saved your money, so you didn't do it, you could have bought a computer, and in the image we can see that the man doesn't have money in the present, so the cause is false and the consequence is false. And this happened in the past, so it is third conditional. So the third conditional is to talk about real or unreal situations in the past that you can change. Now, according to these images, we can see that there is a cause, but other possible cause, and there is an effect. So which conditional sentence expresses the story? When we have a cause and one possible cause and one effect, we must think about this. The cause is in the past or in the present, and the effect is in the past or in the present. So we can see that the cause was in the past because the effect, we can see that the effect is different. So the cause happened in the past in order to have this effect. So in this case, we can use two types of conditionals. The first conditional that we can use is conditional number 3. So if he had taken her to watch a different movie, the girl would have been happy. So third conditional. But we have here other possible cause, so we can mix the conditionals. She would be happy if he had taken her to the karaoke. So remember, we use mixed conditionals when we want to talk about a result that has consequences in the present or a cause that can have consequences in the past. Now, what is the result of this cause? If you don't take the umbrella, there is only one consequence or there are many different possibilities. So, if you don't take the umbrella, you get wet. Is the only consequence? No, probably you can be safe in a place. So if you don't take the umbrella, you will get wet. Is one possibility because the other possibility is that you just wait in a shopping center in order to stay there until the rain finishes. So here the first conditional could be a possible. Now, which image best represents the phrasal verb? So the phrasal verb here is put off. So what is the image? A, B, or C? Of course, it's A, because put off is to postpone, to wait and wait, and not to do the things on time. So the answer is A. She puts off her duties, but in B and C, the phrasal verbs are different. Now, which phrasal verb is the best option? A. I can't put on my neighbor's noise any longer. B. I can't put up with my neighbor's noise any longer. C. I can't put back my neighbor's noise any longer. So the answer is B. Yes. Put on is when you put your clothes on. Put up with is when you put up with is tolerate or don't tolerate. So in this case, he can't tolerate. And put back is to put something in its original place. Now, are these sentences correct or incorrect? He has read the book and then he watched a movie. What do you think? This sentence is incorrect because you don't use present perfect. Here, he has read the book and then he watched a movie. You don't use the present perfect to talk about actions in order or events. So you use simple past to talk about the actions that happened and finished in the past in order. So he read the book and then he watched a movie. So here present perfect is not a possibility. I had finished to read the book last Monday. Is this correct or incorrect? This is incorrect because you don't use the present perfect to talk about actions with a specific time. You use the present perfect to talk about actions that don't have a specific time. So here the option is simple past. Simple past is used always when you have the specific time. In this case, I finished to read the book last Monday. If you want to use present perfect, you must say, I have finished to read the book and no more, not a specific time. Now, is the sentence correct or incorrect? She had been in Jamaica many times. So, this sentence is incorrect because you don't say she have, you say she has. She has been in Jamaica many times. Now, according to the image, which sentence is the best option? So here you can see an image in which the action started in the past, was a long action in the past, and probably the action here, sorry, you have the action start in the past, but here we have the present, so the action didn't finish in the past. No, the action has consequences in the present. So, what could be the option? A. Simon's exhausted. He has run. B. Simon's exhausted. He ran. C. Simon's is exhausted. He has been running. So, in A, Simon's exhausted. He has run. Here, it implies that the action started in the past and the action probably continues in the present, but it's only a possibility. So when you have two options like A and C, and here in the image it shows that the action is continuing in the present, so the answer is always present perfect continuous. So the present perfect has a possibility in the present, but the present perfect continuous always has the continuation in the present. So in this case, the answer is C. Of course, B is not an answer, is not an option, because simple past is when the action start and finish in the past. So here we can use this because in the image you can see that the action has a continuity in the present. So of course, the present perfect is when you have a possibility that the action continues in the present, but the present perfect continuous always implies that the action continues in the present. Okay, guys. So I hope you have enjoyed it.